I'm Ryan Henry, and this is my tribute speech. When you think of African American pioneers in terms of the sports world, a few names come to mind: Jackie Robinson, Jesse Owens, and Bill Russell. But a name that never gets mentioned is Bill Garrett. Garrett was a basketball player from the late 40s and early 50s who broke the barrier between whites and blacks in college sports at Indiana University. He opened the door that allowed African Americans to thrive in the athletic world. At the unveiling of the Bill Garrett Memorial Marker, current Indiana forward Juwan Morgan stated this on the legacy of Bill Garrett. People today don't know what others had to struggle to just to play basketball or even attend certain colleges for that matter. Garrett's story is one that every Hoosier player should know the first day they arrived. Bill Garrett was a revolutionary figure, not just for basketball history, but for sports in general. But he also etched his mark on one of the most historic college programs in Indiana. Until the late 1940s, whites and blacks were divided in what was known as the Gentleman's Agreement. Blacks couldn't play in unsegregated leagues with white athletes, with the major exception being Jackie Robinson. This was true for the Big Ten Conference until the fall of 1947, when Indiana signed Bill Garrett to play for their freshman squad. In his sophomore year, he became the first black athlete to ever play Big Ten basketball. But he wasn't just known for making his impact there. He was also impactful on the court. He led the Indiana Hoosiers in points and rebounds in both his first and second season on the varsity squad. In his final year at Indiana, it's where he garnered national attention, not only for his play, but for his impact for African Americans. He led the Hoosiers to a 19-3 record, which all the way up to the second ranking, receiving both the IU MVP and an All-American selection. By the time of his final year at Indiana, there were 6 black players playing for Big Ten teams, and just 2 or 3 years after his graduation, Basketball Hall of Famers Bill Russell and Elgin Baylor would join the NCAA, following Garrett on a journey for equal opportunity for blacks. After his graduation in 1951, Bill Garrett was selected by the Boston Celtics in the NBA draft, becoming the third African American ever to be taken in the NBA. But complications with the Army didn't allow Garrett to play in the NBA for the first 2 years, but there was still hope for a professional basketball career. Sadly, when Bill Garrett returned home after his honorable discharge in 1953, he was heartbroken to hear that the Boston Celtics had released him. The Celtics at the time already had 2 black players who were crucial to their roster, and at this point in NBA history, you were limited on how many black players you could have on your roster. In the book Getting Open, Garrett settled for joining the Harlem Globetrotters after no NBA roster wanted him on his team. This ultimately proved to be the downfall for Garrett's professional basketball career, as the wear and tear of playing 2 games a day, the constant travel to different cities, sometimes even different countries, his mental health and physical health just couldn't take it. He would constantly get hazed by older teammates for being a rookie who was always too serious and wasn't a showman like all the other Globetrotters. And just 2 months after his debut as a Harlem Globetrotter, he severely broke his wrist, and when they set it back into place, it was set improperly, so he was stuck wearing an arm cast. Family and friends recall attending these Globetrotter games just to see Garrett sit on the bench with an arm cast, seeming uninterested in what was happening on the court as he saw his NBA dream fade away. Although Garrett's story ended in failure, he should be remembered for the good. He should remember that he was a key figure for breaking the barrier between whites and blacks and allowing them to play together in sports. Without his contributions, African American integration in sports wouldn't be where it is today. Athletes such as LeBron James, Serena Williams, and Tiger Woods wouldn't have the success they have today if it weren't for the contributions of Bill Garrett. The legend, he blazed the path for black legends of the past to succeed and for future legends of the future to thrive. Thank you.